All right, let's get right into it. We really need to talk about what's actually happening with AI and your job, because I think the story most people are hearing, well, it's a dangerous distraction.
So, picture this. It's March 2025. We're in San Francisco, and a story is unfolding that's about to change everything we thought we knew about the future of work.
And here's the hook. A marketing director, making a solid 85 grand a year, suddenly finds herself out of a job. But she wasn't replaced by some faceless algorithm. Nope, she was replaced by a 19-year-old kid who is billing $40,000 a month from his bedroom using tools you can download right now.
And that story, it brings us to the real AI threat. And trust me, it is not what you think. All that panic you see in the news about robots coming for your job, it's completely missing the point.
See, the actual danger isn't some super smart machine doing your job. It's one person, armed with the right AI tools, doing the work of an entire department. And this isn't science fiction, folks. This is happening today.
So how in the world is this possible, right? How does one person suddenly have the output of a whole team? Let's break down exactly how these solo operators are managing to scale like a full-blown corporation.
Let me introduce you to a guy named Marcus. He's a freelance designer. In January of 2026, he did something that honestly should have been impossible. He single-handedly completed 47 client projects in just 1 month. No team, no employees, no fancy office, just him.
And what did that impossible month of work get him? $83,000 in a single month alone. That is almost what that marketing director we talked about was making in an entire year.
So what about his team? Well, it wasn't people. It was a stack of AI tools that you or I could go and access right now. Midjourney for generating ideas, ChatGPT for writing the copy, Runway for editing video, and a tool called Make.com to automate the whole process. This isn't some secret, crazy expensive tech.
This is the new reality. His old agency to do the same amount of work needed a dozen people. A dozen. The old model is simply being outmaneuvered. It's too slow, too expensive.
And let's be really clear here. Marcus is not some coding prodigy. His advantage wasn't being a genius. It was all about timing. He was simply one of the first people to really fully embrace this new way of working.
Okay, let's look at another example. So you know this isn't a fluke. Meet Elena. She runs a content agency from Lisbon. Now, just look at these numbers. She's pulling in over $60,000 a month with less than $400 in costs. Her profit margin is a mind-blowing 94%. The traditional agency doing similar work, their margin is 23% because they're getting eaten alive by $85,000 in monthly costs. I mean, who do you think survives a recession?
What we're witnessing here isn't just a new business trend. These stories, they're symptoms of a much, much deeper shift. The fundamental rules of capitalism are literally being rewritten in real time.
Just think about the old way of doing things, like designing a logo. A traditional company takes days just for internal meetings and initial ideas. You're looking at a week, maybe 10 days, before the client sees anything at all.
Now look at the solo operator. 90 minutes. In the time it takes the old agency to just schedule their first meeting, a solo designer has already sent 50 different variations to the client. The speed gap isn't a gap anymore, it's a chasm.
And that chasm? It's swallowing jobs. This isn't some guess. This is data from LinkedIn for the end of 2025. Junior copywriting roles, down 41%. Entry-level marketing, down 34%. These are not just numbers. They represent entire career paths that are starting to just evaporate.
And here's the brutal, honest truth. If some giant AI company replaces millions of jobs, there's a moral panic. People call for regulations and safety nets. But when a faster, cheaper, more efficient solo entrepreneur outcompetes a traditional business, that's just called the free market. No one is coming to save those jobs.
So, when you're faced with this undeniable shift, what do? I know it sounds dire, but it really boils down to a clear, simple choice. It's time to decide if you are going to adapt or disappear.
The difference is all in your mindset. The old way was about fitting into a corporate structure, right? Being a replaceable cog in a giant machine. The new way is about becoming the machine itself, building leverage with tools and creating your own efficient systems. And what's leverage? It's just using technology to multiply your output, so your results aren't tied directly to the hours you put in. You're not just working harder, you're working smarter, amplified.
This leaves you with 2 paths. Path 1, keep doing what you've always done. Trade your hours for dollars and just
Hope your company makes it. Or path 2. You build that leverage. You master these tools, you become a force multiplier. This requires a whole new skill, not just doing your job, but actively designing a system for your job to be done better, faster, and at a massive scale. You shift from being a practitioner to becoming a system builder.
And this really just sums it all up. While so many people are still focused on polishing their resumes for the next job, a new wave of operators is quietly building leverage. They're not looking for a seat at the table, they're building their own table.
So, we'll leave you with a different question. The question you should be asking yourself is not, will AI take my job? The real question is, will a person using AI take my job? And if you're not taking action now, well, the answer is yes. In fact, they already are.